In this video, how to make gluten-free sausage roll muffins. These are inspired by the self-crusting cheeseburger impossible pie recipe video by Barry Lewis, using the same quantities of ingredients as the crust portion of his recipe. The ingredients you will need for this recipe are 70 grams of gluten-free plain flour, 2 tablespoons of dairy-free baking spread, 2 eggs, 180 millilitres of dairy-free milk such as oat milk, sausages around 6, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and some seasoning of choice. Here we have pepper and mixed herbs. Next, the equipment you will need is a muffin or bun tray with fairly deep spaces, a measuring jug, a second mixing vessel. Another jug can be useful to help with pouring the mixture later, and a fork. Start off with your flour. Add in the baking powder and give this a quick mix to combine. Now add your seasonings and mix that through the flour as well. Next, add your margarine. You can combine with a fork like this or use the traditional method of rubbing the flour and fat together with your fingers, or even use a blender if you prefer. Whichever method you choose, you want to end up with a mixture that resembles breadcrumbs, like when you make traditional pastry. Now to move to the wet ingredients. First, you measure out your milk. Add to that your eggs. Give that a good whisk with your fork to combine. Now it's time to add those wet ingredients into the dry ones. You'll need to beat that vigorously to get rid of as many lumps as you can and get a fairly smooth consistency. Bring back in your muffin tin. Next, add your pre-cooked sausages. These are just regular sized sausages cut in half, which fit perfectly in the spaces. And then you need to bring in your mixture and pour over each sausage with a little bit of space left in each well for expansion during cooking. Now it's time to bake them at around 170 degrees C or gas mark 4. Check after 12 to 15 minutes. They're ready when they no longer wobble and look dry, and even slightly cracked on the top. Now you're ready to taste your gluten-free impossible sausage roll muffins. The sausage runs through the middle, with a light, almost suet puddingy texture casing around it. It's crumbly but holds together well enough to eat as you would an ordinary sausage roll.